Hey folks, it's Tom, your frugal prepper. It's about 2 in the morning. I'm in between my first and second sleep. So if you don't know, humans are actually supposed to have 2 sleeps. We are biphasic sleepers. And we've lost track of that in the modern era because we have lights now and we can stay up all night and we can watch, other people watch TV and they watch the latest crime show on TV, or I don't know, that House of Thrones thing or whatever. I don't know. They always talk about it at work. I don't watch TV, so I don't know. But, then they stay up till midnight, then they go to sleep, and then they don't get into their deep REM sleeps and their deep sleeps, and they show up all tired and, I don't know. Having me some coffee. I usually get up about 1 or 2 in the morning, stay up for an hour or two, have some coffee, and then I go back for my second sleep. And that's actually how humans are supposed to sleep. I thought this was strange at first when I first started the keto and then carnivore diet, and I started being really biphasic. And I was like, why do I wake up every night? Why do I wake up every night? And I found out that humans are supposed to have 2 sleeps. It's written about in old literature. People used to go to their neighbor's house or do something in between their first and second sleep. But I wake up at 1 or 2 in the morning and I just feel like I am ready to go. And so like today, I'm out here just cleaning up the garage, getting ready for tomorrow. I'm going to pull my son's Honda and then do the axles. And then probably here pretty soon, I'll start to feel tired again, and I'll go lay back down and I'll fall asleep and I'll have my second sleep. And then I'll wake up about 6:30 in the morning and I'll be ready to go. Your second sleep is always less. It's always like 3 or 4 hours, and then you wake up and you're ready to go. But a lot of people just don't realize that. And on Carnivore, I really sleep good. I remember my dreams most times. And I know that I have really active, vivid, rapid eye movement sleep. Really good dreams. I love the dreams where I dream that I can fly. Like I'm running down the road and I start to float. I'm like, I'm flying. And I don't like the dreams where I jump off of something high and then I discover like my parachute won't open or something. But sometimes in those dreams, you jump off of something high and you're falling and then you start flying. I don't know. But anyway, that's not what this video is about anyway. I always want to talk about like food. Like, I guess it just sneaks up on you when you're a keto carnivore eater and you eat mostly clean, unprocessed foods. And by unprocessed foods, I don't mean unprocessed meats. I've had people come on and be like, you said you don't eat anything processed, and there is a sausage on your plate. There's bacon on your plate. You're eating processed bacon. It's like bacon, yes, especially the bacon that's on sale will have a little bit of carbohydrates in it. It is cured in syrup a lot of times. It contains a little bit of sugar, but it's really minuscule amounts when you look at what's in bacon. And you can look at the ingredients and try to buy the stuff that has the least in it. Like the Kroger's low sodium bacon has no sugar in it. And you can just add some salt. Bacon's not bad for you. It's like 50% oleic acid, which is the same thing that's in olive oil that's so heart healthy, right? It's really actually good for you. It's good for your heart. The reason that the doctors say it's so bad and have said it's so bad for years is because doctors are trained by schools that are funded by big food and big pharma, right? And so they're trained these things, but that's not true. The carbohydrates are what's killing you, right? The ultra refined carbohydrates that they put all the preservatives and all that crap in is really killing you. But even oatmeal or whole grains, they're a little bit slower to hit your system, but they're still the same amount of sugar, right? So they don't cause that a big of an immediate spike. But if you're diabetic, it still spikes your sugar out of control, right? You have to keep your sugar down low. And eating meat and stuff is good. I love bacon. I love bacon grease. Sometimes I cook it less crispy, but that one video I did, it was cooked really crispy because we needed the bacon grease. Because I cook everything in bacon grease. I just slice up chuck roast and fry it in bacon grease. I fry my chicken thighs in bacon grease, right? But as far as processed meat, like the sausage that was on my plate was actually like this special brand that's made from grass-fed beef, and it's doesn't have any preservatives or any weird stuff in it. It's really a good one. But it's like $5.99 normally for 5 of them, but they had them on sale for $3. So I got a couple packs. But I will eat just a regular sausage or a regular hot dog. Now, hot dogs like the bar brand, BARS or something, those have more carbs in them and more sugary stuff in them. But like Oscar Mayer is very low carb and doesn't have any in it. So I usually just buy the Oscar Mayer when they're on sale, you know. But I also eat plenty of steak and other kinds of meat, right? I eat a lot of meat. I'm 90% a meat eater, right? And as far as me being all fat and sick, this is muscle. I'm a big guy. Muscle. I'm a big guy. I lift heavy car parts all the time. I work. I don't go inside and lay down in bed and watch television and do nothing. I'm always working. If I'm not at work lifting heavy servers in and out of racks and delivering printers and computers, I'm at home working in my garage, you know, or I'm out and about doing things, right? I very rarely, I lay in bed to sleep or occasionally edit a video, right? And I usually edit my videos right before I go to sleep. So, yeah. As far as me being unhealthy, as far as me having 5 to 6 strokes, I've had strokes. I was diabetic. I was extremely diabetic for nearly 30 years. I was at the end of my diabetic journey to where insulin just didn't work anymore. I was on 300 plus units a day of insulin. I was on Humulin U500 and Novolog fast acting. Plus I was on metformin every day, and my blood sugars were just out of control. I was just praying my next A1C would be below a 14, right? And I was trying to really follow the diabetic nutritionist advice and do the oatmeal for breakfast with a half of a sliced banana, and then have a snack of some kind, like a small piece of fruit or some grapes. And then for lunch, you know, I would have a salad at the salad bar. And then, you know, I was always trying to do that and stay less than my 100 grams per day. And I still had blood sugars that were out of control. And you can't stay on that type of a diet indefinitely when you're having carbohydrates. You'll start to crave food constantly, and you just get angry, hungry, and you're just tired of being angry and hungry all the time. Your body is screaming, we need food, we need food, we need food. But when you eat the food they tell you to eat, your blood sugar spikes up. You have to take insulin. Then the blood sugar comes down, and your body's like, we need food, we need energy, right? When you eat only meats, right, or only low carbohydrate, clean keto, your body goes into something called ketosis. Your body will run on mostly ketones. I know this because I did an extended fast one time. I've done several of them, but one of them lasted 6 days, right? And I took my blood sugar, and it was like 35 or 36 or something. I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna die. I gotta eat something with sugar in it. And then I was like, well, wait, I feel fine. I know the low blood sugar feeling from when I've taken insulin and haven't eaten in time, you know. But I'm not feeling any of that. I feel great. And that's because all the cells in your body have adapted to run on the ketones from you burning fat. And you need very little sugar, and your liver makes what you need, right? Now, it can take a while for that to all come into balance, right? And so a lot of people, they go carnivore, and they're like, I'm still having these really high blood sugars, right? Well, that's because you're not good at dealing with any kind of sugar. Your cells are poisoned. And when I say, like, your cells are poisoned, I literally mean that they're poisoned. If you really do some reading on linoleic acid and seed oils, you will discover that your mitochondria and your cell membranes are poisoned with seed oils, and they can no longer absorb insulin well. That's why so many people go on a vegan diet, and I don't have a problem with vegan diet. If you like that, I love meat, you know. But a lot of people will go on that, and they will feel so much better than they did on a crappy, you know, regular diet with the ultra-processed carbohydrates and foods and seed oils, right? And they'll get a lot of that out of their system. But you do eventually need some meat, some animal products to live. It's necessary for humans. You will eventually die if you don't get some of the essential fatty acids and stuff that come from meat. But you don't have to have a lot of meat to live, right? It's just a very little. You can have some fish once in a while or some chicken every once in a while and you'll live. But you'll start, if you're on a vegan diet, weird things start happening to a lot of people. Women lose their periods, aches and pains, no energy, you know, and you know, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know because I'm not vegan and I don't like being vegan. And as far as like the vegans who come on here and they start saying some stuff and trying to promote veganism, but trying to do it under a veil of secrecy, I know the people who do that. I can tell by their first comment. Then you're like, no, actually this. And they're like, well, this. And you're like, no, actually it's this. And then their final comment will be like, you're just a big, fat, stupid head, you know. And then I'll just remove them from the channel. I'm fine. If you're vegan and you come on here and tell me you don't like eating Emma the pig because she's really cute, and you don't believe in factory farming, I agree with you. I hate factory farming. Unfortunately, grass-fed beef and stuff's really expensive. I buy it as much as I can, but you know, I have to do what I have to do to be able. You know, I can eat nothing but grass-fed beef, but I'm gonna have to charge $200 an hour to work on your car. You know, so yeah, I mean, I do what I can. But if you tell me that, I get that. I understand that. That's fine. But I'm doing what keeps me healthy and what makes me feel good. As far as me having 5 to 6 previous strokes, somebody said, like one of their comments, I deleted him already from the channel, but he pops strokes like blah, blah, blah or something. I'm like, so I had a stroke. The last thing to go away or to heal has been my high blood pressure. I'm on blood pressure medication. We kind of believe that part of my blood pressure problem is pulmonary, which means it comes out the right side of my heart instead of left side, like most people. And I'm on special medication for that, and that has really helped. And taking that medication really helps the other medications, the other normal blood pressure medications start to work. So I'm working with a cardiologist on that. And that's going well. But, you know, I was diabetic for like almost 30 years. I did a lot of damage to my body in that time, right? But I feel amazing. I had one main stroke, but I had 4 to 5 previous strokes, but they were deeper in my brain, so I didn't realize them, or I don't know, the neurologist was getting all neurologist. So I feel better today, having lost so much weight, being mostly carnivore, and I have more energy. I do more stuff. I feel way better after all these strokes than I ever did, 6-7 years ago, when I was still 200 pounds heavier. I still was diabetic, extremely diabetic, and I had high blood pressure then too. Plus I smoked then. I quit smoking. But I feel way better today. Now, the cigarettes haven't really helped me feel any better from day to day, quitting those, but they certainly make me cough less, make me get over colds quicker, and just, generally help you breathe better and have a little more energy. So I'm glad I quit smoking. That was a hard thing to do, but I did it. But yeah, so I went to the Golden Corral yesterday with my family, and I haven't been out to eat. Well, let's see, last time I went out to eat was at an Olive Garden, and I didn't eat. I had a drink. I had one beer, and that was like the third beer I've had in 12 years. And then I just had some tea, I think, and I just talked to people while they ate. Because Olive Garden fries everything in seed oils, so you just can't eat there. But my sister was in from out of town, and my other sister was there, my mom was there, and I just wanted to go and hang out with them. And that's the other weird thing, is a lot of times family will not invite you to go out to eat with them because they'll know that you don't eat that kind of food. And you're like, I would come out and talk to you and just get a drink, But man, the Golden Corral was crazy. First of all, it was $40. $40 for just me and my son. My wife had something at the church she had to do for work, so she couldn't come. $40 for me and my son to get a drink and the all you can eat, stuff your face, Diabetic Corral. And I'm like, holy crap. And then it's just insane looking around at a lot of the people there. They're all either really fat and they're waddling, right? They can't walk side to side. And they're just so happy, like, oh, we got food. And they're filling up their plates until they're like this full, like heaping with crap that's fried, and fried chicken and fried potatoes and fried this and fried that. And it's all batter dipped and fried in seed oil. And there's people in wheelchairs galore. All the handicap spots are taken. Just people in wheelchairs, people on scooters. You can't even walk to your table because it's filled up with people in wheelchairs and like 20-year-olds with walkers. And it's just insane. And they're also happy because they're coming to the all-you-can-eat buffet and spending way too much money. And they're happy to spend that much money. And they're like, well, we're spending $20 on this meal. We need to eat all we can, and I'm just like, holy crap. This is crazy. But it was just really something to see how much it costs, number one, and how sick our society is getting, eating seed oils and crap and ultra refined carbohydrates. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, if we had a major war in this country, like World War II, we would not have enough healthy people to go fight it. We could draft people, but there's not enough healthy people, I don't think, to go and fight a war in this country anymore. You know, our health is going to do us in, right? And it's just crazy. And you know, doctors are trained by the food companies, and they're trained that carbohydrates are good and fat's bad, and they're just out there propagating that, and then they're giving prescriptions for big pharma drugs, like, oh, well, you can keep eating the carbohydrates, just try to make sure they're whole grain. And they're giving out all this medication. And I was in that cycle. I was in that complete cycle. Big food sells you the poison. Your doctor writes you a prescription for big pharma to sell you a pill to keep you from dying for long enough to keep buying stuff from big food and making the money. And they're doing that to extract money out of the government, out of you, out of your health insurance, right? And they're just extracting this money. And if you really want to get healthy, just eat real food. Right, it's just that simple. Just make the food in your kitchen, avoid seed oils, eat fats, eat meat, and you can eat veggies too if you want. But don't eat things like corn and peas, or very much of them. Eat things like green beans and broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and a salad with some non-seed oil dressing. If you want to go heavier on veggies, that's fine. Or just eat meat. Like, meat's really simple. You just cook it in a pan with some bacon grease and then slice it up and eat it. In 5 minutes, you're done. And you can get back to work. That's why I like eating meat. I don't like spending a lot of time making food. And, like, making salads just takes forever because you have to kind of, like, pre-make it. You know, you have the bag of salad. Then you have to slice up your tomatoes and slice up eggs and have cheese. And you just have all these ingredients that you put on. Then you make the salad, and it takes forever. So much faster to fry up a steak, right? So that's what I do. But you can definitely eat veggies. And just getting those seed oils and ultra-refined carbohydrates and high fructose corn syrup and monosodium glutamates and dextrose and this rose and that rose. All these roses that are really sugars that they hide under other names, and getting all that crap out of your diet will make a huge difference. And it depends on how metabolically sick you are as to how much of a difference it will make. So, yeah, you can definitely do that. Anyway, I'm going to go back inside. I'm going to clean up a little more and go back inside and have my second sleep. And I will see you all probably tomorrow. I'll probably film doing axles in the Civic. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.